3 dramatic exits confirmed as EastEnders legend quits. Whitney Dean has confirmed she is leaving Walford in EastEnders. The beloved character's final storyline for the BBC One soap began when she travelled to Milton Keynes with Zach to see Bianca, who had just split up with her partner. There, Whit met a young girl called Brittany, who was being neglected by her mother. As the days ticked by, a pregnant Whitney eventually agreed to a deal with Keely, Brittany's mother. She took the girl back to Albert Square and spun a story about Brittany being officially fostered, which wasn't true. In the middle of this storyline, Whit's relationship with Zach was also being tested. Zach then committed the ultimate betrayal to Whitney by sleeping with her best mate Lauren. This secret was very nearly exposed on the day of Whitney's hen-do, but Lauren's confession was stopped due to Whit going into labor. Sadly, Whit discovered Zach and Lauren's secret on the day of her wedding, which resulted in a massive showdown. In Wednesday's episode of the BBC One soap, Whitney spent the day feeling very emotional. After registering Dolly's birth, Whitney returned to Albert Square with Zach and was spotted by Bianca, who believed this was a sign Whit would eventually forgive Zach and take him back. Clearly unsure on what to do next, Whitney then turned her attention to Lauren. In the pub, it soon became very obvious the friendship between these two characters had been destroyed forever. Whitney told Lauren that she's just as bad as her dad Max, because she does what she wants and doesn't care who she hurts along the way. Later, Whitney met up with Callum. She reflected on her relationship with Zach and believed she would let him back in eventually. Callum, who was previously in a relationship with Whit, told his friend that she's strong enough to raise Dolly all on her own. She doesn't need Zach. With Callum's words ringing in her ears, Whitney returned to the flat and announced her plans to say goodbye to Albert Square. Ready to start afresh, she glanced at her little family and then looked out of the window. So, we're nearly at the end. After 16 years, Whitney Dean is leaving Walford for good.
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của OK Spoilers. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại trong những video tiếp theo.